Now, after discussion regarding the item that are to be included in supply and the item that are not to be included in supply, that means after discussion of section 7.1 and 7.2 and 7.3 of CGST Act 2017, now we are try to discuss some illustration regarding that area. Now, the first illustration is that describe whether the following activity constitutes supply or not. Service received from the government against tax paid. Here, service is to be received from the government against tax paid. We know that government collect revenue from the common people by way of direct tax and indirect tax. Now, from this revenue, the government are running their activity for the benefit of the common people. So here we have to pay tax to the government, and against this tax paid, the government provided service to us. But the amount of tax paid is not directly linked with the services that are provided by the government. Here we find that there should be a causal link, but not a direct link is there. When a taxpayer pays different type of tax to the government treasury and the government perform welfare activities out of such taxes, this is the common features. There should be a direct link and not any causal link between the activity and consideration. There should be a direct link for becoming a taxable event. There should be a direct link and not a causal link between the activity and consideration. Here, such activity do not constitute services, as there is no direct link between such services and taxes, and hence the activity should not qualify as supply. Since the consideration and the service provided is not directly linked here, it should not qualify as supply. So, no GST is to be applicable here. Next illustration is that free seminar to educate about the prudent investment indirectly promoting a mutual fund. Free seminar to educate about the prudent investment indirectly promoting a mutual fund. Now here we know, as per section 7.1a of CGST Act 2017, supply includes supply of goods and services for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of the business. In the given case, free seminar was organized to educate people. So, no direct consideration was received by the supplier. Hence, such activity will not constitute as supply. Since there is no direct consideration here, free seminar, that means against providing of such services, no consideration is being generated. And we know for becoming a taxable event, there should be a supply of goods and service, and it should be made against consideration. Since there is no consideration, there is no direct consideration, and it is also not falling under Schedule 1. So, such type of services are not to be treated as taxable event. That means there will be no GST on providing of that services. Now, service received from a club against membership fees. Here, member are paid membership fees to the club, and against these membership fees, the club served to the member. So here, consideration is there, and it is directly linked with the service that is being provided by the club. So here there is a direct link between the facility available for the use at club, whether or not immediately used, and the membership fees hence will be constitute supply. Since here there is a direct link between the consideration and services, so it is to be taken as supply of services, and GST will be there on the membership fees. Now fourth point is that buying a new car in exchange of old car. We know that exchange should form part of supply of the goods or services. Exchange, barter, rental, disposal, all these terms are included under the definition of supply. And here exchange is there. Exchange is made between old car and new car. So it should be taken as a taxable event, and it is constituted as supply, and GST will be leviable on that supply. Here, as per section 7(1)(a) of CGST Act 2017, the supply includes exchange of the goods for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of the business. Thus, buying a new car in exchange of the old car constitutes supply, and the dealer of the car will be liable to pay GST, because the supply is made in the course of the business, and consideration is also there, and exchange falling under the definition of supply. So all the criteria, all the parameters that is to be tested for becoming a taxable event are satisfied here, and it will be considered as a taxable event. And here, for selling of the new car by the dealer, there will be GST. Now, the next illustration is that an electronic dealer sells a television for ₹70,000 to earn profit. Does it qualify as supply? Obviously, it should be considered as supply, because supply of goods is made, it is made against consideration, it is also in the course or furtherance of the business. So, it will be qualified for supply. And for sale of the television set to the customer, here the dealer is liable to pay GST on such sale, as per section 7(1)(a) of CGST Act 2017. Next, an individual buys a car for the personal purpose and sell it to the car dealer. Does it qualify as supply? Now, here we know that as per section 7(1)(a) of CGST Act 2017, if supply of goods and services are made for the consideration which is in the course or furtherance of the business, is to be taken as taxable event and should be treated as supply as per GST Act. Not here, supply shall be made for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of the business. But when an individual who buys a car for the personal use and after a year sell the car to the dealer, the transaction will not be treated as supply, since supply is not made by the individual in the course of business. Here, when the customer sell the second-hand car to the dealer, such transaction will not be treated as supply, because supply is to be made by the individual in the course or furtherance of the business. Further, it is to be observed that at the time of purchase of the old car, the customer does not avail any input tax credit on the amount of the tax that was paid at the time of the purchase of the old car. Since no input tax credit was admissible on such car at the time of acquisition and it is meant for non-business use, it is to be considered as purchase for non-business use since no input tax credit has been enjoyed on purchase of such car. Hence, in the above case, it will not be treated as supply and hence GST will not be imposed on such item.